Say we're going on a field trip outside. It's field trip time. Oh, there's Penguin. Say hi. Hey everyone, welcome to Plantastic Cooking and Gardening, formerly Nicole's Home and Garden. Introducing it this way because I know that some people have left comments that they're confused. They're just tuning in now again back to our channel for their gardening season is just starting. So they missed the announcement. So they're a little bit confused by the name change and think that our videos have been hijacked, which they haven't been. So yes, my daughter and I are working on this together, and we should be able to get fun. Right now it's just, we're so busy, so it's so hard to get out videos as quickly as we'd like to, and recipes, because we have a certain amount we have to do for the book and reserve them aside. So it's kind of, we're negotiating it. So anyway, this is our coop. I'm really thrilled with it. It is a prefab one. We obviously looking at it. We ordered it. Ray and I definitely have the skills to build it custom, but I saw this and I had been looking for over a year, and I saw this and it was like perfect, everything I wanted. And I've had really good luck with willows. That thing sat in floodwaters. So as much as people badmouth the prefabs, hers has really been good for us. It's easy to clean, care for, so I've had a really good experience. So this one is really nice size. It's rated for double the chickens we have. So, and it's, I think that, you know, they say 4 square foot per bird. That is way too low, way too low. So we went with the biggest one we could find. It has a really large run. It's nice, it has the shaded area underneath. The coop is raised, which is what you want. It has the access points from outside and inside. So it should be really easy to clean. Plus it's so cute cottage looking. We won't need to paint it. It fits in really good, the green. I call this golf course green. It just has that really nice sagey green color. Yeah, so I'm really happy with it, and yeah, we'll give you a tour. And then hopefully you'll be following along for all the projects in the courtyard where we get this all fenced in and looking nice. And we do plan on at this point of building the fence, but there's some part of me just wants to get an estimate and see, you know, getting somebody to do it for us. It just seems like we just don't have time. So yeah, so we'll get started and I'll show you a close-up of the coop. Okay, so we have the hose reel right next to the coop, so we can keep it clean, wash out bowls. It's located 14 feet off of the house, so that's to deter predators, and also so that we can see them right from the den window. We have a huge window in our den, so in the winter I'll be able to keep an eye on them and just watch them from the window. So it'll be really nice even when it's cold. It won't be far to spend time with them and stuff. So I think that this is going to work out great. I put some homey touches because, you know, I wanted it to look like a little cottage, and it's not for everybody, but I'm going to make it all blend in with the rest of the garden. The run has that shaded area underneath, which is really nice. They will be primarily shaded here because of the roof. We have a fence there. We have a huge oak tree above the coop. Well, actually 2. There's a second oak tree. Well, 3. And there's number 3 oak tree. So they are shaded by oaks, and there's also like kind of neat elements on, you know, little trim elements that really make it super cute. They're obsessing over getting these rose petals, so I'm going to have to trim that back a little bit because I fear that a couple of them are eating way too many petals right now for their size. Okay, so one of my favorite things about this is it has a lot of access points. The door, please excuse the courtyard area. We are building the greenhouse and it's been raining, so we have tarps on everything. And you can see back there where the greenhouse is going to go. The framing is down. It'll be similar to this, raised up for flooding problems and also just to give you more headspace within. So, but this whole courtyard will basically be finished up, cleaned up. Right now we just have stuff everywhere. We have mulch still lined up. We have soils. We have plants still ready to paint. And of course, on the opposite side, we have our potting shed that is kind of in the middle of being finished, and that's kind of been pushed to the side for right now, and it just has all of our extra stuff in it, right, that we need to access saws and things like that, so we don't have to go through the shed to find them. But yes, so one of my favorite things is these access doors. So you can lift this one up, it folds completely up, and you can hook and eye it to open it up. But this is the best, is that it has the Dutch door. And, you know, so you can just kind of say hello to them and open it up. I've put a little veg holder in there. Yeah, they normally, when you bring out chicks for the first time, they kind of cower in the corner. They didn't. I just stayed in here with them for a little while, and as long as I was in here, they just came right out. And but I am still keeping their little travel box, because that, you know, if they get scared, they can go in for security, because they have not learned. The big ones have gone up 3/4 of the ladder, but none of them have been brave enough to climb the whole thing yet. So today will probably be the day where they go up into the top box. The little bantams, maybe not, but if the other ones do something, they'll follow along. I mean, you can see the size difference of the two little bantams. They're really tiny compared to the rocks. And we think that the black ones are black rocks. And then, of course, these are barred rocks. So they have this whole shade area under there. They have a couple roosts right now. We made the one on the right, and that goes in their brooder at night and, you know, when they're inside. Oh, look at that. The bantams are going right up the ramp. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Happened sooner. Oh, I'm so glad I got this on video. They're first. They're ready to explore. They really are. So, yep. So now they're just trying to get up the bravery to go inside the coop. That is so cute. I'm so glad we got this. They're all so unsure. I bet if I open the door and I call to them, they will go up. But little Cuddles up there. She's the coaching. She's still feathering. You can see she's looking a little rough right now. But that's just normal, where she's changing over from down to her full feathers. And until they're fully feathered, obviously I will not be leaving them out here. They do fly out of the brooder though. So at night I bring them in and I turn out all the lights so it's dark. It is raining out here, so I'm trying to lean in. Go ahead, girls, go ahead. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, there you go. Once Mama goes in, they'll all follow her. They'll all follow her. She's the main hen. Hopefully hen. She's either the main hen or the main roux. Everything from the baby pics is that she should turn out to be a roux, but we are so hopeful that those two end up being hens, because they are just so wonderful. They're wonderful. They've just been such great leaders, so I've been really happy with them. They are definitely more aggressive about the food, but if you just split up bowls, it doesn't seem to be a problem. But they want all the food. But they're growing so fast and they're so much bigger than the other birds, so they need it. Okay, so it's starting to really rain outside, so I'm going to do this tour from inside. So there's an access door over here. You can access it here. You have a big access from inside, which I actually really like, because when you go to clean it out, you can just kind of pull it out and you don't have to worry about it falling into the run. It won't make such a mess out there in the courtyard. So I think that that's good. At first I was like, oh, they should have put the big door on the outside, but now I'm thinking this is better. These are the roofs that are already in here, but like I said, we'll make higher ones down the road. We decided to put hemp bedding in here. It's expensive, but from what I hear, is the best for odor absorption and cleaning up. So I'll just be able to scoop this like litter. It's really nice. I really like it. This took 1 bale to fill this of hemp. So, and from what I hear, you don't have to change it that much, especially if you scoop it. I don't want to do the deep litter method in the summer in here. I'm trying it outside. Oh yeah, see, they've discovered the rose. Yeah, I kind of underestimated the amount of sun we had here, because I forgot that the potting shed blocks the sun. Again, excuse the mess. We are just under construction in this area right now. It will look really nice when we get it done. Yeah, so I put her there, and I'm hoping that she can, it did say that she can do part shade, but it was just a little bit more shady here than I had expected. But the buildings are really blocking light, and I forgot that this building would also block light from the north side of the house. So light has been blocked from the south and the north, and then we have another shed on the east. So we'll see if that rose survives. So far it looks really good. The roses have kind of gotten battered, and they need some deadheading from a storm we had the other night. I mean, it deluged. It was great right after I put all this bedding in, but it stayed really dry. And the run bedding is a combination of hay, chopped straw, and mulch. That's not poop you're seeing. That's mulch, big mulch pieces. Most of it's shredded pretty finely, but there are some big. I want it different to try to start it kind of composting in here. It will be picked twice a week, but I also want it to start creating compost for the garden. We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, my nose will tell me, you know, the difference of whether. Yeah, one just pooped on the ramp. I'll have to clean that up before they get all in it. You know what? I'm going to stop just right now to do that. Okay, so sorry about that. Mama hen duties. So yeah, so they're just jumping right up. A lot of times they're not even using the ramp at all. They're just jumping straight up there. They can jump high, and that's why I had to bring them out now. At 4 weeks, I think they're 4 weeks, 3 days old. Well, actually, no, they were 4 weeks on Friday. Yeah, 4 weeks and 3 days old. So it has the 6 nesting boxes. Right now, I do have the straw in it, but I do have the liners for these boxes when they start laying. Come on in, come on in. Oh, this is great. I love getting their first on video. You only get such a short time with chicks. They turn into to big hens so fast. So it's really neat. They've been so much fun. I thought I'd be so sick of them. They say it by 4 weeks old, you just can't wait to get them outside, but I am enjoying them so much. I tend to them 4 times a day. It's not a big deal, and it's actually been a nice break from the usual. So yeah, they have this is way more boxes than you need for 6 hens. Apparently you only need 1 or 2 because they're all going to use the same box. So this one that, if you have birds and you've never heard of poop off, it's expensive, but it lasts a long time. This dissolves any kind of poop. I have it for my parrot inside. I can even water it down and it still works. So this bottle, I think I buy 1 bottle a year. Probably with them, I'll buy 2 bottles a year, and they're about I think that says $14.99 a bottle. So it's not cheap, but it's worth it for cleaning up, and it just makes everything look new again. Just dissolves it completely. All right, so that's the inside. So it has 2 access points from the outside into the 3 separate, it's got a really nice lock here, and you can put a carabiner on it when they're out here at night to further lock it, and then just get the eggs. Oh, and you can see we have a wire cloth going all the way around the entire thing. This has already been stoned over, and we have just a tiny bit that we had run out right along the coop. So right now we have these blocks, but they will be moved. We've decided to go with Rent-A-Coop's watering cups and drop down system and feeders. We have 2 sets of these. They're not cheap, but they're definitely worth it. And then you can fill the water up in there. They're light, so they're fairly easy to take off to clean off. And it kind of has this anti-perch top, although from my experience they'll perch on almost anything. Whoops, for some reason. There we go. Didn't have it lined up right. So far, they're kind of ignoring it in favor of their little crock bowl that they're used to. That was the only thing inside in the brooder that I could get that they didn't topple over, and it's so easy to clean out, unlike the ones they sell at the pet supply stores, which do give them a little more water, but they just dumped the whole thing over. I went in the brooder and it was soaking wet, so I had a piece of paper on the food thing because they were also sitting on top of that, particularly this one, our little Frizzle. Yeah, hi Frizzle. Hi Penguin. That's Penguin. And she was sitting on top of it. Yeah, they all have names now. They've all revealed their names. This is Tequila. She has the black one, the black bar. She has a gold chest. So we call her Cuervo Gold Tequila. Then there's Raven. Raven's had her name for a long time. Then there's Mama and Crash. We call her Crash because Ray and I used to like to play a game called Crash Bandicoot, and she is like that. She crashes through everything. When she wants something, she just goes right through it. Cuddles is the little white one, white yellowish. She's a Cochin mix. She was supposed to be a white Cochin, but looking at her, she doesn't have any feathering on her feet or anything, so she's a mixed breed. Yeah, we call her Cuddles because she just loved to be cuddled when she was little. And Penguin, of course. So I think that's all their names. Oh, the nice thing about their vegetable bin is that it just flips up out of the way when it's not being used. And so it doesn't take up floor space when you're not using it. I'll probably get a hook for it so it doesn't kind of startle them if they knock into it, because it will come down. That's kind of to keep, I've heard that the Coop floor can kind of get sour if too much food gets in it, if you're giving them veggies and stuff from the garden. They're all enjoying the watermelon now. Hi babies. Hi babies. You saying hi? At first I thought the locking mechanisms were a pain, but honestly, a raccoon would have to go through so many locks to get this thing open that for a prefab coop, they've really put a lot of hardware on it. It's really quite the pain to get into. But yeah, an animal is not going to be able to open all of the clips at one time. They would have to be a pretty smart rascal. And then of course on each one we're going to add something that we can add a carabiner, but during the day these are sufficient enough to thwart any kind of raccoon, because you have to do them all at one time to get these doors to open. Okay, so thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this tour, and kind of give you a couple ideas if you're thinking about it. I would say that these have been the most expensive animals I've ever set up. The coop, you have the coop expense, you have waterers, you have litter, bedding, roofs, your brooder setup. You know, there is definitely expenses to think about. I know even if you build your own coop, it can be, especially with freight and wood costs right now, $3,000 plus. We lucked out. I thought this was a really good price considering, you know, what we got. So, but it's definitely something to think of. And then, like, if you're thinking about getting into chickens, definitely, I would say tour somebody's farm, particularly one that's like yours, your place. You know, how do they manage it? You know, are you willing to do the work, you know, that you have to do? They are fairly easy once you get a system set up, but initially it can be, you know, you have to kind of work out something that's going to work in your environment. You know, everybody has different humidity levels, moisture levels. Do you have flooding? Things like that. There's a lot of stuff to think about before you site a coop. And this is an area that remains dry at all times, even in hurricanes. So this was like the best case scenario for us. So I will probably actually have to spray this this run to get it to start composting with just a light mist, because compost does require some moisture. Not a lot. You never want your chickens to be wet ever. But you know, a light misting helps with the composting. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and you have a great day.